This is another podcast with DJ Latino. We are here with...
I'm Alexis Frutos, owner of LATÍN AF Dance Company.
How did you get started? What was the inspiration with the dance studio or just dance in general?
I started dancing locally at a local dance studio. I was about, I want to say 15 when I started there. But beforehand, I started doing Mexican folk dancing.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got into it.
How did that, who got you into that? Or
to be honest, my mom made me do it.
You know, always the moms. Always the moms.
She made me do the bailables.
Okay.
For la Virgen de Guadalupe.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's
Do you still remember that?
The dances?
Yeah.
Nah, man. So we were part of a group, and we would practice every day, like 4 days a week.
Damn.
Until and that's kind of how we got into it, and I started, just really developing a passion for dance.
Okay, so if you had to choose, like, from a dance category, what would that be? Like right now, what is your favorite dance category?
Definitely Latin. Salsa, bachata, cha-cha.
So that's crazy how that transition from Mexican to like salsa. You always had that?
Yeah, so then once I did that, I started doing like quinceañeras and stuff like that. People would ask me to join.
Is that like to dance with them or
to dance
show
for them?
Yeah.
Okay. To dance for them.
Yeah, I know there's a market out there for that.
Yeah. Once I started doing that, I joined a local dance team, like I said, through a friend. His name is Marcus Matos. Shout out Marcus. So that's how I got familiar with the genre of Latin, like salsa and bachata and all that.
Now, was it hard learning, or did you already?
Yeah, it was like a whole different. It was just different, like. We think we know how to dance salsa and bachata, like when we go out dancing, but there's a whole different world to this. It's a whole different industry.
So how did you really fall in love with it?
I think because I was just thrown into like the teams and then competing. So like seeing that there was a whole different world to this whole thing.
There is.
It was kind of like a wake up call. I was just like, wow, like this is actually fun. Like there's more to it than just like going out dancing. Seeing like the artists and seeing like my, some of my coaches that I worked with, just they definitely inspired me to do.
What is the most difficult journey?
Just like putting in the work, man. There's times where like you're just tired, you don't want to come in, especially with this weather right now. The injuries, the blood, sweat, literally blood, sweat, and tears that you have to kind of just persevere through. But the end result's always worth it.
What kind of injuries do you get through dancing?
One of the worst injuries for me was I tore my hamstring.
Damn, what the fuck? How?
Yeah, I was holding my sister up in the air, and then I went into a split.
Oh shit!
And then like I did an oversplit. She fell on top of my leg, and
damn.
I drove myself to the hospital after that.
Was it like purple and everything?
Yeah, it was like bruised. Yeah, it was bad. I had to like literally learn how to walk again. I mean, it's a sport. People don't see it as a sport, but it really is a sport. It's stretching. You have to be physically strong. Your endurance needs to be up there. Because we're like running the routines back to back, and it's not like slow salsa romanticas all the time. It's like crackhead songs.
So obviously you've been on competitions. How many competitions have you been?
I lost track, man. My first competition was in 2016, I believe.
How old were you?
I was 17.
17
or 16.
How overwhelming was that? Just being there?
See, my first competition was in Miami.
Okay.
So that was in itself already just
traveling
what the fuck am I doing? Like, am I even ready for this?
God.
But me and my partner Adriana, we got first place in the bachata category.
Okay.
At the Miami.
Is that a duos?
No, sorry, bachateando. What?
Was that duos? Or just
it was a couple.
Okay.
Couple piece, yeah.
What was the song? Do you remember?
Asesina sin matar, asesina.
It's bachata?
It's a bachata song,
Okay. I mean, you don't know how many competitions, right?
I want to say, man, like probably more than, I want to say like probably like 40, 50, I don't know.
Damn. So how do you prepare for a competition? For anybody who doesn't know. Obviously practice, but.
Well, first you have to kind of be prepared as far as like knowing that you're gearing up for a competition, meaning like the routine needs to be like a competitive piece.
Okay.
So there's a difference between performing and then competing. There's certain stuff that judges are looking for in competition as opposed to just putting on a show. So,
what are the judges are looking for?
just like your technique, your timing needs to be on point.
Okay.
You know, also like creativity, complex, you know, like how complex the choreo is, the tricks, all that stuff.
So now, how much more is it important that your appearance is do they judge that?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, like the aesthetic of it, like your costume, all that's definitely part of the
Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously the talent is what they're looking for the most.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're judging you from the minute the music starts, you know. But when you walk out, obviously they're looking at your appearance, how you put yourself together and everything like that.
Nice.
So like for example, me and my sister, we only do one routine a year.
Okay.
Because it takes long to prepare it, but because it's so complex and we try to clean it up as much as possible, we'll use that routine for the whole year for all the events, and then throughout the end of the year we'll start a new routine to prepare for for the next season. So like for right now we have a salsa piece that we haven't performed yet. It's done. It's just we're just waiting for the next thing to debut it.
How do you come out with your own routine? Is it like dance that you already had in mind, or you just?
Yeah, I mean just coming in here like into the lab we say, and just being creative and coming up with new stuff.
Oh, so it's really off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I mean, there's some stuff you see online. It's like, oh, like that's cool. I wanna take an idea from that. I try not to copy as much from videos because, the good thing is to be your own dancer and your own person. Which
get
makes
your own
unique,
style.
Your own style, yeah.
Okay. Is that what you call it, right? Style?
Your own
Dance style, man.
But yeah, I mean, the way I choreograph is mainly more. I just go to whatever the music calls for. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, hey, I want to do this move because it's cool, and then not fit the music. Like it needs to fit the music and look cool as well.
Now, so what is your goals on?
I mean, all of it, man. I want to perform. I want to compete. I love being here in the studio. We do private lessons. We do quinceañeras, weddings, everything. So it's like just dancing in itself all around is something I love to do, and I just want to keep the company growing.
How are you doing that?
I mean, we just, we get asked to do events. We try not to turn down events, but it's tough to squeeze it in the schedule.
I know. Yeah. I've seen you work, you being in a big appearance, the Eagle Stadium.
Yeah.
So congratulations to that.
Thank you, man.
How did you get to that?
You know what's funny is I almost missed the opportunity to do that.
Damn.
Yeah, because I didn't check my emails.
Yeah, you gotta check them, bro. You gotta check them.
And then one of my friend Rob, shout out Rob, he was like, "Yo, like check your email. They're trying to get us to do this." And
shit.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna actually happen, man.
Damn.
When we got there, I was just still kind of skeptical about it, but it happened.
Damn, so he was like, "How about they don't even let us in? They don't even have
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. It was definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'll never forget that experience, man.
Do you still get nervous after a competition? Before a competition, I mean?
I always say if you don't get nervous, it means you don't care for it no more.
Right? I feel like if you're not excited for it.
Exactly. And I think I always tell my dancers is you're nervous because you want the best result possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're nervous because you're in control of that moment. You have to do your best in that moment.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like kind of more pressure on just yourself. That's where the nerves come from.
I mean, it could be any type of nervous, because if you can be prepared, but it's like you're nervous because you see little diamonds fall or the dirt. Or maybe.
Yo, speaking of that, when I go to competitions, and I'm sure like the kids locally probably, or my students probably get the same feeling, but like, there's some things where I overthink sometimes when we're at the competition. I'm like, yo, like one of the rhinestones just fall off. Like it could be my luck. I'll be on that square of the floor and start spinning and I'll fall. You know what I mean? Like that's how I used to think. But you just gotta go out there and just do it.
Yeah, know? I've witnessed some of the competitions and I feel like they should have a representative or someone in broom every dance.
They do every now and then.
Every now and then. But you ever watch the basketball games when like they fall and then you see little kids wiping that shit because of sweat because the people going to slip. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure this should be the same thing with dancing. I mean, that's what I know it is.
Nah, I mean it's so much more than that though, dude. It's like the stones, you're making sure your shoes are brushed and not slippery.
Right.
Like if you don't get that's the one thing that is I try to always accommodate and make every gig possible locally, but sometimes like there'll be events where they want us to perform, but the floor isn't good.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna put myself or my dancers in a situation where it's like at risk for injury. You know what I mean?
You can bust an ankle, a knee?
Yeah, I mean or there'll be like outdoor stuff they'll invite us to do, like the concrete stuff. I'm like, we'll make it work if we can, but the stuff that me and my sister do, like there's no way I'm gonna drag her on the floor.
Damn,
you know what I mean? Like, nah, been there, done that. We're not doing that again.
Oh shit. How was it performing at the Eagle Stadium? That's a Lincoln Financial, right?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, I mean, bro, on the way there, we were just kind of like, even that morning, I just remember being like, bro, this is actually gonna happen. Like, I got the email with the tickets. Like, they gave us, free entry. And shout out to Jason Avant. He made it all happen. He used to be part of the Eagles.
Yeah, Jason Avant.
He dances now. So he kind of was the one that put this whole thing together and presented the idea to the Eagles game, to the Eagles team, NFL. And yeah, man, just getting there was like, I was scared because we were running a little bit late. With the traffic, just normal Philly traffic is crazy. And then, throw in the game on top of that. I literally had to like go on the emergency lane to get through it, because I remember them texting me like, yo, like if you guys aren't here at a certain time, like we can't let you in. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So like, I remember getting out the car and my mom had to park the car, and like it was just it was
obstacle after obstacle.
Yeah, but it's part of it. And we made it, and we got there. They told us that they gave us the song, kind of like a clip of the mashup. It was a bachata, a salsa, and a merengue.
Wait, you didn't hear before?
I heard the track, but the goal was to go there unprepared, like not unprepared, but kind of freestyled.
Okay.
They wanted us to all freestyle and it not be choreographed. Nice. So that was kind of like good, but also like I wish we would have went in there with some fire material. I would have been like throwing my sister in the air, had I known, but. Yeah, we went out there and we did it. It was dope.
So how long have you been dancing with your sister? I know you mentioned her a lot, and I see you dancing a lot with her.
She's my ride or die. She's the reason why I do this. We've been dancing. Our first salsa routine was in 2017. Yeah, so ever since then we just been dancing together. Yeah, we definitely share the passion. We just grown together, and continue to do it.
I feel like that makes a bond stronger when you have like family and your sister.
I mean, at first it was tough, like, cause she is my sister, like we had to learn how to keep it just dance, and then us not get, disrespectful or, forget that we're here to dance and we want the same result, like not argue.
I mean, she's because
our personalities are different. So
she's younger, right?
Yeah, she's younger.
Yeah, and she's like, nah, I don't want to do this. Like,
no, she works hard. She works really, really hard.
So what are other like all the goals that you have in mind besides studio and more competition?
Hopefully more Eagles games.
More Eagles games. Okay.
Yeah,
how about Dancing with the Stars?
I did Dancing with the Reading Stars. I did it twice. I did it with Jadi, my old dance partner. She's still around, part of the company. Okay. She coaches the ladies team, and we did that 1 year, and then I did it with Val. She's a local Zumba instructor.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of classes do you teach in your studio?
We do salsa, bachata. We're gonna start a new program for cha-cha, and then hopefully get a hustle program started as well. Okay. So hustle is something that I just started recently. It's called Latin Hustle. It's kind of like almost like salsa, but it's been around since the 70s.
So how many students do you have?
Students, I mean, it fluctuates every month. Okay. Like we have our consistent students, so like about let's say 15 consistent ones, 15 to 20 that are always consistent between like the intermediate and advanced classes, and then we have our dancers as well. Okay. But the beginner course always fluctuates. There's always like 10 or 20 people, 12 people, 6 people. It just depends.
Do you get more people like in the beginning of the year? Like for their resolutions, like I want to lose weight, I want to dance.
I don't know, man. I think in the summertime we get more people.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You figure people be outside.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends.
What else like the majority students do you have, girls or boys in here?
Like a mix. A good mix, yeah.
Bachelor learners. Girls or boys?
I think the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Like Manny Mensuala, he picks up really, really quick. He's a new student of ours. He's part of our team.
Any advice that you want to give anybody starting to dance? What kind of advice would you give them?
Just don't give up. There's gonna be trials and difficulties, but just keep going. The injuries, they're not setbacks. Just keep going no matter what. Don't let anybody stop you, and just know that anything is possible.
As an entrepreneur, how do you like taking care of your personal life and just your business life? How hard is that?
I mean, it's hard very hard. Only because with dancing, it's very personal. Mm-hmm. The team we have and our team members, they're like family to me. So, I'm always there for them personally as well. If they need anything, we hang out, we always talk. Even with real estate, I'm a full-time realtor, and you know, sometimes they'll call me when I'm at home. So it's kind of like always at home. It's always like, you know, back and forth between dance or real estate or even like the Berks Latin Fest. It's,
you're busy.
Like,
you're going to be busy this summer.
I'm going to be real busy this summer. It's a good thing though, man.
It is. Not complaining out here. Not complaining.
Not complaining. No. Good problems.
So how did you get into the realtor? Like, how do you think that ties up to your dance academy, or just is that separate?
To be honest, I started it because my parents have investment properties and stuff like that. So I started managing their properties, and through our family realtor, he was like, "Yo, you should get your real estate license." And I was like, "Okay, cool. You know, that's a good idea." I did it, and then I remember being late. I was teaching at a local studio. I was late to the class one time because I got my license that day. And one of my beginner students, she was like, "No way! Like I'm a realtor. You should come to my office. I'll introduce you." And
one
her
of your
name's
dancers?
Margie. Yeah, one of my students. Yeah. So I joined her team, and her and I started. She kind of showed me the ropes to real estate. And,
so you show her how to dance, she show you her.
Exactly.
Nice. So everything does tie down.
Yeah, everything always aligns. Everything always aligns.
God's perfect.
God's perfect.
You see, you know it. What kind of obstacles have you had to overcome as an entrepreneur for your dance academy? Can I say that, dance academy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obstacles. I mean, like I said, there's always going to be people that try to stop you. Whether it's because of a competitive thing in this industry locally. But you gotta keep going. You know, let your talent and your personality and your good vibes speak for itself. You know, so I think I have what I have because I've been honest. You know, I've been trying my best, and I'll always try to give back as much as I can and be a very good person to my dancers and try to create a safe environment here.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a lot of competition in like the dance category, but yeah, now that my daughter's in dance and I'm being informed of all that stuff, and like, yeah, there's a lot of academies in here.
Yeah.
Like, well, how are they being competitive, or how are they like not supportive?
I try to be very supportive. You know, I respect everybody. We love everybody. But I think it's just, you know, I think people don't understand that there's room for everybody. That's the thing. You know, it's like there's room for everybody to grow. As long as you keep doing your thing, you know, it shouldn't matter where someone wants to go or where they feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people want to progress and grow. You know what I mean? That means you have to, you know, step out of your comfort zone and get better. I had to do it. You know,
Anybody.
I traveled to Philadelphia, New Jersey, you know, New York to train, and you know, I didn't let nobody hold me back just because of, you know, feeling like I was loyal to someone. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to show respect and still get better.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. But you said you had to go out and work. Are those like the workshops you're talking about?
Yeah. So Victoria and I, when we were at a local dance studio, after that we went to train in New Jersey, and we joined a team, Art in Motion, with Darlin Garcia. He helped us a lot, you know, just progress and you know, definitely like helped us achieve what we wanted to do as far as like the next step, getting into this, you know, this world. And but yeah, we would go, I want to say like twice a week.
Oh shit!
I'd pick up Victoria from school at around like 3 p.m. We'd jet straight to Jersey, Blackwood, New Jersey.
Damn, how far is that?
It's like with traffic, about like 3.5 hours.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, so it's not Camden, New Jersey. It's
no.
really deep in New Jersey. Damn.
Well, it's right over the bridge.
Okay.
Of Philly. But yeah, we would go and rehearse for a few hours. We would do our private lesson. I was part of the team, and then we would come back. We'd get home around like 1 in the morning, almost 2 in the morning, and then just rehearse. Just the next day we'd probably have a show or something like that. Or
shit.
We'd practice here on our own as well.
What's next? What do you have in for 2025?
A few things. I can't disclose too many things because they're still in the works. Okay. But we have a few things that we're trying to get. I mean, we have opportunities that were presented to us that I'm very excited about and I'm grateful for. But we have our 3-year anniversary coming up. May 10th, I believe, is the date. Just show, you know, what the teams have been working on, and just celebrate 3 years of the dance company.
How hard is it to network in your category, like as dance?
To be honest, I know a lot of people and respect so many people that I've met, you know, through the years in this industry, but it's just not too familiar locally. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there are other schools, but like I said, everyone does their own thing, and but yeah, I mean, it is kind of hard to network. You have to kind of just go out there and be at these competitions, be at these congresses, and kind of get well known that way.
You gotta get out of that comfort zone.
Get out of the comfort zone. Get out there and do it.
Have you ever met someone as a dancer that you were starstruck, or you were like, damn?
Yeah, man, a few times.
Yeah?
A few times.
Could you name them?
My old coaches.
Okay.
Uriel and Vera, they're like 10-time world champions, and I remember for the first time I saw them, he was just like spinning her in the fucking air, and I was just like, what the hell?
Shit.
Like, yeah, I was like, how does someone do that? You know what I mean? Like, so that's a genre called cabaret. My sister and I used to do it. We still kind of do it, tap into it, but cabaret is basically like doing like tricks and lifts in the dance. So It's not just dancing, it's like, a full
like a whole acrobats?
Yeah, acrobatic stuff, yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, so stuff like that just left me starstruck. I was like, yo, how does someone lift someone like that? He like put her on his head and like started spinning. I was just like, what the heck?
You mentioned world champion. How do you become a world champion in the dance?
So, becoming a world champion means you have to go to a competition that holds world titles.
Okay.
That being like the World Salsa Summit, huh?
Oh, the
Summit, yeah.
That's the one we were done in New Jersey.
Yeah. So there's different categories. There's like the amateur category and then the professional categories where you get the actual title being a world champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
How close are you a world champion yet? Or?
I mean, in heats, yeah. I mean, I did a professional and rising star hustle recently at this past one. We got first in the professional, the rising star category.
Okay.
My sister and I won pro-am, meaning I'm the professional, she's the amateur.
Okay.
We did heats. We got second place last year. I got first place at the World Salsa Summit too in heats. My first time I went. So yeah, there's different categories, and it all just depends. But yeah.
Nice.
So I guess you can call yourself a world champion, but you kind of have to be careful with how you label yourself. Because if you're not a pro, you're technically not
a world champ.
I mean, you are, but like it's like amateur.
Okay.
Not a world professional champion.
Are you happy with your title, or are you going?
Yeah, I'm going for more, man. I'm still young.
Okay. Nice.
That's one thing. Again, like I'm gonna keep dancing, and I'm with my team still. I'm still very active. I'm still I'm dancing alongside with them, and I don't think I'm gonna stop until my body starts hurting, which is kind of soon, but not yet.
But do you see yourself that's still dancing at like 60 or 70?
If my body allows it, yeah, why not? Yeah.
I mean, you could probably be like, just moving hands, like, you can't even move your hips. How did you start your dance academy?
I just got tired of traveling, man. We were traveling to New Jersey too much, and just the time, and it became to the point where like I was part of the team over there, and I kind of felt like I wasn't giving my 100% because I was just always tired. I would be tired getting there, and then tired to even have to remember the choreo, and then like driving back and forth to performances and stuff. So, and there was just nowhere else to go. Like I said, I started locally, but I outgrew the school, and I was like, let me just start my own spot. Like why not do it myself? And that's what I did. Yeah,
you're your own boss. Yeah, you don't have to answer nobody. Just pay the rent, and that's it.
Just create the environment I want, and just push myself, raise the bar even higher every time.
Now, what kind of environment are you trying to build here?
Just safe and fun, man. Like there's no bad blood, there's no tension at all. Like we all just get along so well.
No drama.
No drama.
Drama free.
Drama free. As we get here, we all say hi to each other. It's all love. You know what I mean? Like we're here to do one thing, and that's dance.
Dance.
You know what I mean? Like because we all love it. You know what I mean? And we have a good time.
All right, can you give us your social medias? Where can they find you?
You can check us out on Instagram. Our name is LATÍN AF Dance Company, or on Facebook. We also have a website, latinafdance.com.
Can you give us a positive message for anybody who wants to start, or who's already an amateur, or just in dance
or in general?
In dance.
Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. No one is born talented. You learn as you go. It's just a matter of how much work you put into it, how much you love it, and everything else will pay off. Just keep going.
Got it. There's another episode, and make sure you comment, subscribe, and share.
Thank you, man.